Street Drip? Welcome back to the channel, Drip Squad. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. As you can see, I spent this whole time watching the car with the little B-roll that I'm gonna give you guys. But today we're gonna look at some of the modifications that I've done so far since the last video.
Next morning.
Hey, what's going on, Street Drip? We are here today. Super exciting day. We're about to put a little bit of noise in the exhaust. Yes, sir. We're about to get that Resonator delete, make this thing sound really loud and hopefully get a little bit more bass. I mean, not too crazy loud because I don't have a full setup, but basically it's going to give me the sound that I'm looking for until later on where I actually make the decision on what exhaust setup I want to go with. So this should kind of give me an idea of, you know, how it's gonna sound and if I can live with it and, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, we over here checking out the guys here at Lose. Definitely great guys over here. They're getting me right, give me a good price on getting this done. Should be done in a few minutes, and we're gonna get our first startup, not a cold start, but startup, and hopefully hear a pretty good difference. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so we are done and we're about to get this thing. Woo! Yes, not sure if that's coming through, but yeah, I definitely noticed a difference by doing that. A little bit more bass, especially on the startup. Let's see if we can get on some side roads here. Oh yeah. That sounds good. Definitely much more bass, I'll tell you that. But once it breaks in, probably like a day or two, it should definitely the tone should set in a lot better as well too, I believe. So far, yeah, I like it. Alright, so we got a stretch of road here. Let me hit it and see what it sounds like. Oh yeah, really nice. Man, I just love this car after the turbos warm up. Damn. And that CTS turbo pipe definitely makes a difference. I'm not sure if you can hear the pops. A little bit more pronounced as well. Yeah, this is definitely nice. It's not overdone. Can't tell it's aftermarket or anything like that, but it's definitely not stock. So you're kind of sitting right in between by doing this, and that's kind of where I wanted to be. Just so I can, I mean, well, with this big old diesel right in front of us, kind of can't hear what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, hopefully he can move anytime soon and we can get a better sound out of this. But let's get some revs while we're here at the light. definitely louder with that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Crazy. All right, now that the diesel's to the side of me, should definitely get a better. Damn, this thing is crazy. Big difference. Wow, I love it. All right, here we go. Wow, amazing, amazing. Big difference with the whole setup, the intake, turbo pipe, and removing the front, the pre-muffler, resonator, whatever you want to call it. Definitely overall, all those things put together with this tune, this thing rides nice. There you go, guys. Just kind of give you an idea what it sounds like. Not an official cold start, but you can definitely hear the rumbling, the deeper exhaust note, deeper bass on startup as well, which is what I wanted and what I like. And even on idle, after it kind of levels off from the cold start, it really sounds nice. You can actually hear the bass tone on there. Sounds really good. All right, guys, so here is the finishing touch. This is the turbo inlet pipe, goes right into your intake there, and this was the old one. Just to give you a size comparison, look at that. So that's the new one. You can see how wide it is, and look at that one. Big difference. And this is like a cheapy plastic, type of material. Huge pain. This is the bottom screw that everybody complains about, that's so hard to take out, and it is. Basically what I did, the only way, I mean, there's tons of ways you see it on YouTube and other people doing it, but what I did is I removed the plastic shield there, removed the handle for the trunk latch, and you got to remove this as well, and then also the intake duct as well. So in removing these two, you can kind of see where I'm leading to. So when you take these two out, it actually gives you a space. So what I did with my ratchet, I inserted it through there, went over the intercooler pipe here. Let me get a little better light there. So basically, there we go, much better. So I went over this pipe here, and then I went under the inlet pipe to get to that bottom screw. There it is there. You can kind of see the Allen head poking out. It's a little hot. I'm kind of burning myself. Right there is where that screw is. So you have that screw, and then you have this top screw. Luckily with this one, it's Allen, so it's a lot easier on the new CTS pipe to install and remove. But the other one was the I believe the T30, this guy right here, that style,
really hard to get in there, but just look at the space. Look how tight that is. Let me get the light in there so you can get some understanding of how that is. Look how small between this little area here, and that's the screw. Super tiny to get into, really hard. I know it's coming out blurry, but you get the idea. But basically, after sweating my you-know-what off and getting that in, I was finally able to do that. Another part is also another reason why you want to remove this is underneath. Let me show you on the old. So this is the old pipe. So underneath, there's that little piece that connects here. That's actually right under there. So when you put the new one on, you have to connect it, and then you have to kind of squeeze it in so it can snap on in up until, kind of see that little nub point right there. So it's got to snap in all the way up until there. And if it doesn't, then it's not installed properly. Doing it is a lot harder if you keep this on. What I did, I was able to, when I had that removed, I snuck my hand underneath, and I was able to hold the little attachment piece that goes underneath there and push down at the same time. And when I did it, it's got to push extremely hard unless you have another hand, somebody to help you out. I was by myself. But basically when you do that, it snaps right in, and then it kind of sits, and then you're good to go. And then from there, it's pretty much just fastening up your intake hose and fasten that up, and then make sure this is sit correctly and everything's attached. And make sure this is back in where it's supposed to be and attached as well. Then you put the little scoop, which is that part right there, and then you finalize it by putting the cover there for the intercooler. I don't call it intercooler cover, but intercooler area. You know what I mean. So basically, that's how I got that in there. Super difficult to do. I mean, it's not, in a sense, difficult, but just getting it done is difficult, if that makes sense.
Oh my God!
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it there. Makes a huge difference. Low end torque, you definitely feel it. It gets a lot more air going in there, along combination with the intake. A really nice turbo spool sound as well. Guys, another thing I installed is the spacers. So I wanted to show you guys that right here. So in the back, we got the ECS spacers. I put 15 millimeter. So you can take a look at that and see how that looks. Look how flush that's sitting right there. Looking really nice. So here's a top view of it as well. So you get an understanding of that. And then on the front, I did 10 millimeter spacers. So you can kind of see how that's sitting right there. And you can get a top view as well, just to get an idea of how that looks there. And it definitely makes the car sit a lot more flush, and it just looks a lot more meaner, a lot more aggressive, in my opinion. So kind of take a look at it from different angles here. So take a look at that right there, front and back. Look how it's sitting. Get a little tighter. Look at that right there. I love it. I love the overall look of it. It definitely looks very nice. Let's come around back so you can get a whole side view from the back. Look at that right there. Really nice. Barely sits flush with the fender, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. So yeah, 15 in the back and 10 on the front. Definitely love the way it looks. Makes the car sit a lot more aggressive, and the way, pretty much the way it looks, it kind of delivers the overall look that I'm looking for. In combination with the 034 springs, I think the drop is perfect, and especially the way it makes it look. Look at that. Love this angle right here.